The necessity of constitutional reform. Learning from the Three-Fifths Compromise. Introduction. The United States Constitution, revered as a foundational document of democracy, is not without its historical blemishes. One such stain is the Three-Fifths Compromise. This archaic clause, which counted enslaved individuals as three-fifths of a person for legislative representation and taxation, symbolizes the deep-seated racial inequities that were embedded in the nation's fabric from its inception. The presence of such a clause raises a compelling question. Is the existence of the Three-Fifths Compromise in the Constitution a sufficient reason to advocate for a new and more equitable Constitution? I say yes. Historical context. To understand the implications of the Three-Fifths Compromise, one must delve into the historical context of its creation. At the Constitutional Convention of 1787, a schism emerged between northern and southern states. The southern states, with their economies heavily reliant on slavery, sought greater legislative power and insisted that enslaved individuals be fully counted for representation. The North, less dependent on slavery, opposed this. The compromise was a middle ground, yet it effectively institutionalized the dehumanization of a significant portion of the population. Ethical implications. The ethical implications of the Three-Fifths Compromise are profound. It represented a blatant contradiction to the ideals of liberty and equality proclaimed in the Declaration of Independence. This compromise was not just a political maneuver, but a moral failing, setting a precedent that some lives were less valuable than others. It laid the groundwork for centuries of racial injustice, the echoes of which are still felt today. Constitutional relevance today. While the 13th Amendment abolished slavery and the 14th Amendment nullified the Three-Fifths Compromise, the original Constitution's inclusion of such a clause still holds significance. It serves as a stark reminder that the Constitution, often viewed as an infallible document, was crafted by fallible individuals, some of whom were deeply flawed in their views on human equality. The argument for a new Constitution. Advocating for a new Constitution based on the Three-Fifths Compromise involves a critical examination of historical inequities and a commitment to rectify them. A new Constitution could symbolize a break from the past, offering an opportunity to create a document that truly reflects contemporary values of equality, justice, and human dignity. It would allow for a re-examination of various aspects of the current Constitution that may be outdated or inadequate in addressing modern challenges. Counter-arguments and challenges. Oh my. Opponents of a new Constitution might argue that amendments, rather than a complete overhaul, are sufficient to address the document's shortcomings. They may contend that the Constitution is a living document capable of evolving with time. Furthermore, drafting a new Constitution poses significant challenges. Achieving consensus on the myriad of issues that a new Constitution would need to address in deeply divided nation is a daunting task. Conclusion. The Three-Fifths Compromise in the United States Constitution is more than a historical footnote. It is a reflection of the moral and ethical complexities that shaped the nation's founding. While it has been legally nullified, its existence in the Constitution serves as a powerful argument for considering a new, more equitable foundational document. Such a step would not only address historical wrongs, but also provide a pathway towards a more inclusive and just society. However, this endeavor requires careful consideration of the practical challenges involved and a collective commitment to the ideals of equality and justice the nation strives to uphold. Well, very good then. I just wanted you to think about this. I've thought about it plenty. I think we need a constitution in the country, a new constitution. We have a constitution. It's a beautiful document. I think we should make the next document equally beautiful and updated and more inclusive of human rights. And the Bill of Rights should not be an afterthought, but actually included in the Constitution as well. Anyway, in addition to a new constitution for the United States, we also need a constitution for the world that establishes human rights and actually addresses them. We need to collectively address equity in the world and how to more equitably distribute the goods of the world. And we need to understand collectively what technology can do for us collectively. We can't just leave the nation in the hands of billionaires and expect the best outcome. It's not working for us. Capitalism is not working for the masses. It's not working for the working class. It's not working for essential workers. It's not working for the working poor. It's not working for the poor and exceptionally poor. We've got to change the world, people. We've got to end homelessness. I mean, we could at least start by getting people, food, water, shelter, at least tents. And move on to cars. Being homeless in a car is way better than just being homeless on the street. Figure out how to use human ingenuity on an epic scale to solve the world's problem using the Getting Things Done system. That's a whole other topic. The Getting Things Done system. It's a system for getting things done. Every great idea you ever have, you write it down. And you review your great ideas once a week. I've never been great at using it, but there are tons of people who are great at using it. And it can be used on an epic scale by all the militaries and governments of the world to make the world a better place. We need better policies and better ethics and better morals and better mores in all the governments of the world. We need ranked choice voting so that we have actual democracies instead of corptocracies or whatever the heck you want to call the system of relying on capitalists to rule the world. Alright. I think academics should write us a new constitution. Maybe you should be using artificial intelligence to write us a new constitution. See how it goes. We have a lot of discussions to have.